Mr. Clay, you ready?
Yes, Judge. I have Nicholas Mendoza on your docket, Judge. Court alignment. He was transferred from court 1 this morning to court 5
Did he
today.
just pick up a new case?
He did. He picked up unlawful carrying of a weapon, Judge.
Come up, Mr. Mendoza. No, it's on doc.
It's got transferred from 1 to 5 this morning.
It's not on your doc.
I don't have it on my.
I don't understand how we have now another case. So since January, we're now working our fourth case.
4-6.
Yes, Your Honor. No, Your Honor. Speak up loud enough for this man to hear you.
Sir. You now stand charged with another unlawful carrying of a weapon. You're facing up to a year in jail and or a $4,000 fine. We are going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present. If you cannot afford one will be appointed to you. Go ahead.
On February 21st, 2025 at 12:23 a.m., officers in Harris County, Texas were patrolling 400 Greenspoint Drive when they observed a vehicle with expired registration from December of 2024. A traffic stop was conducted. Upon approach, the officers detected a strong odor of marijuana from the vehicle. After the defendant was removed and detained, a search revealed a marijuana cigar and a pistol magazine under the driver's seat. When questioned about a firearm, the defendant claimed no knowledge of its location. Additional marijuana, 14.85 grams, was found in a yellow backwoods container in the center console. Continuing the search, officers located a black Smith & Wesson pistol unholstered underneath the back middle seat with a loaded magazine, but no round in the chamber. After consulting with the DA's office, charges were accepted as the defendant was under 21 years of age.
That the only reason? Being under 21? Or was it coupled with something else, other criminality? I mean, if it's just under 21, I might have a problem with it. But if you tell me that there's weed in the car, then that's a separate issue.
Yes, Judge, it is the marijuana, and that's what the information states.
Let's see.
One for sure.
Right. Okay. So it says here, February 21, 2025, did then there unlawfully, intentionally, and knowingly carry on or about the defendant's person a handgun in a motor vehicle under the control of the defendant, and the defendant was engaged in criminal activity other than a Class C misdemeanor that is a violation of law or ordinance regulating traffic, namely possession of marijuana. Okay. Mr. Mendoza, I'm going to find that there's sufficient probable cause to go forward with your case. I'm now going to put an ankle monitor on you, and I'm going to give you a curfew of 9 p.m. to 6 a.m. I'm now also sending you for a drug test. I want to know what, if anything, is in your system, and I'm ordering you not to consume alcohol or illegal drugs. If I find that you're using anything as of today, you will go into custody. Do you understand? You're working on your fourth case since January of this year. I am not happy with you. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
If I find that you have a weapon, if I find that you pick up a new case, if I find that you break curfew, it's really not going to go well for you. Do you understand? You're not to have contact with the co-defendant in this case as well. All right, so I'm going to send him for a test. He's to come back, and then we'll have the other bond conditions for him.
You bet, Judge.
Depending on how the test comes back, we'll grab a reset. So if it's positive or something, then what we'll do is we'll set him off for 40 to 50 days for him to get, clean out, and then we'll do another test and we'll go from there. He will have a curfew and GPS monitor, he breaks the curfew, then so we already know. I've already had to revoke your bond multiple times on your other cases. You know what happens.
9 p.m. to 6 a.m. means you're in the house by 9 p.m. and you do not leave the house until 6 a.m.
Yeah.
Okay, clear. Thank you, Judge. And would you like me to wait around for that reset for that, or?
I guess,
Or you get with me?
we'll get you the date, and then just leave your cell phone. So
Absolutely.
that way I can call you, and then we'll let you know, or we can have you Zoom on.
You bet, Judge. Thank you so much. Would you like him to? Okay.
Mr. Weaver.
Good morning, Robert. How are you?
Hey.
Just wanted to, who I'm here on. Judge, this situation is easily distinguished from the first one. And the reason why I wanted to bring him in, I wanted the court to see his leg. It is completely chewed up underneath where this scram device is. He had a zero.
Good morning, Miss Mary. Ma'am, you're charged with driving while intoxicated. You're facing up to 6 months in jail and or a $2,000 fine. We're going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present. If you cannot afford one will be appointed to you, ma'am. Okay.
Your Honor, on Sunday, February 23rd, 2025, officers observed a vehicle hit a curved median or traveling eastbound at the 10,500 Almeda Genoa Road in Harris County, Texas. A traffic stop was conducted. The officer smelled a strong odor of an alcoholic beverage on her breath and observed her to have glassy eyes. The defendant admitted to drinking the one tequila sunrise alcoholic beverage. SMSTs were conducted. It was a 6 out of 6 on the HPN, but they transported her to JPC for the other test due to rainy weather and the defendant wearing heels. She then at JPC refused the rest of the SMSTs and blood were inside.
Okay. Miss Mary, I'm going to find that there's sufficient probable cause to go forward with the case. Have you run her to see if she has any prior DWIs and if she has a license? Please. Miss Mary, I'm going to, like I said, find probable cause. I'm ordering you not to consume alcohol, illegal drugs, or unprescribed controlled medication. I'm going to randomly test you. If I find that you're using either, I will revoke your bond, put you in custody. Do you understand?
He is eligible and he is necessary.
Great. As long as you have a valid liability insurance in your name, as well as the license, you may continue to drive. If you do not have either, then you may not drive. Because you have a lawyer, I will waive your appearance. You don't have to waste your time coming to court, but you must stay in touch with counsel and they'll tell you if and when you have to come back to court. If they tell me they can't get a hold of you because you've gone AWOL, I will issue a warrant for your arrest. Don't pick up any new case. All right? For now, I'll have you sign a resale Victoria. We'll have you get with Felicia. If your bond conditions, then you're free to go, man. All right?
Thank you.
Thank you. Hey,
William Jones, you wanted us to come to docket today, and he's here.
I'd like to send him for a drug test, alcohol test. I want to make sure he's not using though.
If that's the court's prerogative, that's fine. However, he is checking into the Manager Clinic tomorrow after his rehab from a fire.
How long has he been?
And I'll be very frank with you, the last time I was here with him, he looks like $1 million compared to the last time I saw him. And I've been speaking with him very frequently on the phone. I'm more than happy for you to talk to him, Judge, frankly.
Come up, sir. The last name is, this is Jones. We're here because Mr. Jones doesn't have his interlock that he was required to, and he's been out in lockout for quite some time.
Correct.
Which is unacceptable, right? If you're in rehab, we have to know, and there are certain measures that we can take, but just if you don't tell us anything and you're just in lockout, that's a problem. I have a real big problem, and I don't know you. Everybody tells me it's little raindrops and gumdrops and little bunnies jumping in the woods, but how the hell do I know? So he's telling me that you've been in a rehab in Ohio.
Sir.
When?
The last setting that we were here, the prior setting to this, Judge, he got on a plane from the courtroom and went off to Ohio. And I actually forwarded the court his admission paperwork to that facility in Ohio.
What is the date of release from that program?
It was last Friday. I spent 8 days in the hospital detoxing and then the rest of the time in the rehab. And, I'm trying to put together a forward plan. I'm not supposed to be talking too much, but to take aftercare and go back to another rehab here locally and work on getting better. And I'm being proactive with that, Your Honor.
He's had to change insurance.
That's all we ask, because the problem is that some people can, and some people can't,
Sure.
Addiction, it's a lifelong, and it's a persistent monkey that's on your back that will never let go. It will constantly grab at you. So if you're not proactive about it, that's when it grabs you by the boo-boo and it just doesn't go well.
Sir.
I just need to make sure that you're not using, number one. Number two, most importantly, that my public is safe, because I certainly don't want you in a car unless, everyone is protected. And the way we know that is that you don't have alcohol on board. So what I'm going to do now, because you've been so AWOL with regard to this, I'm now putting a monitor on your ankle so I know that you're not consuming. If it goes in lockout again, I will put you in jail. I want you to know that. I'm not going to do this again with you. Do you understand? You've been in lockout for a significant amount of time, and it's not fair, because I normally would put people in jail lickety-split for something like this. Do you understand? I will not play this game with you again. It is your responsibility to charge it on a daily basis. It is your responsibility to know what you are putting in your body, as far as, whether it be mouthwash, hair dye, a tequila, lollipop. I've heard it all, and I don't care for excuses. It is your responsibility to know. You've got such a great team of lawyers. There's just no excuse.
Sure.
I will waive the fee. so that there's no excuse for, well, I can't pay for this. I can't. No. Do you understand?
Your Honor.
What you do on your time is you. As long as I know that you're not using, I'm happy. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
I'll be happy once he checks into the manager point. He can alert the meetings, the court.
Yeah, I guess
There.
we're going to give him the scram device today. Just keep us in the loop as far as the cases are too terribly old. It's not old. So just keep us in the loop of when he's released. Just you have to calibrate this thing on. I think it's monthly. So make sure that you calibrate this thing like it's supposed to. They have to download it. You've got to charge it. So make sure you know of everything you can and can't do. You understand, Mr. Jones?
Yes, sir.
If I have you come up here on another violation, it's probably not going to go well, just so you know. Okay? Okay, guys.
Understood. Thank you.
Can he
Yeah.
be released from the jury box? Just take a seat. We'll get you in a second.